equation above is the equation of ellipse. You should notice it looks similar to a circle equation, except with fractions. Essentially, a circle is always equal to the radius squared. Ellipse is always equal to 1. And then these fractions are going to tell us that same idea of what the radius told us with a circle. So first off, the center, very similar to a circle, you just use the number with x and the number with y, and always take the opposite. So for this ellipse, our circle would be 1, -2. Second, to be able to tell if it's vertical or horizontal, that should always be the next thing you look for in the ellipse. Essentially, a horizontal ellipse would be an oval going left to right. Vertical ellipse will be going up and down. So in this case, you just look at where the bigger number is in the fraction. So in this case, 16 is bigger than 9, and then 16 is with the x. So since 16 is with the x, that means it's going to be a horizontal ellipse. Just think x is the x-axis, the horizontal axis. So when the bigger number is with that x, horizontal ellipse. So to start graphing it, that means we're going to have our center at 1, -2. And then to figure out where our vertices are, we know we're going to have to go over to the left and the right, but we need to look at what a is. So a squared is equal to 16. Again, a is always that bigger number. So if you take the square root, that means a is going to equal 4. So to get your vertices from that center, you count to the right 4, count to the left 4. Just like you did with the radius on the circle. The difference now is it's not the same distance all the way around, so we need to use b to find the up and down distance. So b is always going to be our smaller number. So in this case, b squared is equal to 9. So b is equal to 3. So from that center, count up 1, 2, 3. Count down 3. And that's enough to be able to graph the ellipse. Now the last thing we need are the foci. So we need the foci because those are part of the geometric definition of the ellipse. So we have our equation, which tells us that a squared minus b squared always equals c squared. And c is that distance from the center to the foci. So if we plug in our numbers, a squared was 16, b squared was 9. That's going to equal c squared. 16 minus 9 is 7. Take the square root and you'll have to estimate with that. Square root of 7 is approximately 2.6. So to graph that, the foci are always on the same line as A. So if it's horizontal, the foci should go left and right. So from the center, count 2, 1, 2.6 to the right, count 2.6 to the left. We can label those as our foci. And that is everything you need in your graph of an ellipse. So just as an overview, once you get your center, whatever A, if it's horizontal, you count right and left A to get the vertices. You count up and down B to get the co-vertices. And then you count right and left C to get your foci.